Good evening, everybody, and welcome to 19 Miles from Music Row. Glad you're here tonight. Yeah. As you know, without you, this doesn't happen. Our songwriters spend a lot of time playing for themselves in their own little rooms and stuff, and to be able to come here and have an attentive crowd is a real blessing. So thank you very much for coming. We all appreciate that, don't we? I welcome you on behalf of our committee, Jody Todd, Cortland Fuqua, Denny Wayne Rudolph. We're really glad you're here. We are coming to the end of 3 years of doing this. Year 4 will start in May. So that's all going to be fun. It has been fun and will continue. If you need to go out to, powder your nose or something, the restrooms are in the lobby out there. If we have, for those of you that are new, this operates like the Bluebird down in Nashville. If you've been to a show where, we're here to tune in to the writers. If you see somebody and you're dying to have a conversation with them, that's wonderful. We got a big old whopping lobby out there that can contain all that. In here, we want to focus on the writers and get every nuance and thing that they're bringing to us, so appreciate that. There's merch back at the back. Many of you have discovered our very tasty snacks and wonderful beverages back there. You may be wondering why I'm carrying this stuffed bear. Well, the reason is very simple. The reason I'm carrying this stuffed bear is because if it were a real bear, it would attack and maul me. So that explains that. The format is that we start with 3 up-and-coming writers that someday, when they're huge, you will be able to say, oh, I saw them way back when. And we have, as we always do, they have pledged. We know that there's no entry fee. You all came in, no door charge is what I mean. But they have pledged to give you at least a $1 show. So we want to thank you for that. Very, very good of you. So let's meet our writers, and then after our short break, we have the incredible pleasure and delight of hosting Leah Marlene. It's going to be real fun. If you know somebody that you think would love to see Leah Marlene, American Idol finalist, text them right now. Tell them there's still time to come over here. But I want to introduce you to our writers. On your left is Grace Korak. Grace is from Dallas, Texas, right?
Woo. Yeah.
Grace, how did music come into your life?
Man, I've just been singing really my whole life. I don't remember the exact moment, but I just kind of used it as an escape. But then I started taking it seriously more in high school when somebody sat me down and was like, this is what it takes to be a musician. And I was like, I want to do that. So yeah.
Weren't afraid of the hard work.
Yeah, I'll try not to be.
Yeah, good. That's what it takes. We all know that. So
yeah.
Good. Well, welcome, Grace Korak. Next to Grace is Sierra Bernal. Oh, are you Sierra? Geez, I had one job, Well, let me go a different direction then and say, start over again, rewind, and introduce you to Kiara Mullins.
Hi.
Hi, Kiara.
Hi, everyone.
Kiara is from Houston.
Wait.
Yeah. So.
I'm from Arlington.
Oh, crap. Let me just hand this to you, and you guys take
At least
it
you got
from
the
here.
state.
Yeah, you have the right state. Yeah, wow. Well, Kiara, glad you had such a wonderful upbringing in Arlington, from what I hear. Yeah. How did music come into your life?
Oh, wow. Okay, so it started with my dad. He was a guitarist, he still is a guitarist, and I was like, that is so cool. And music is just so important to him, and so it became important to me. And also, he's played all the important things, the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the good music and all that. And I just
glad to hear you say that.
That's what I really want to do. And fun side note that I like to tell is I just remember him putting on a Shania Twain concert DVD, and I was like, wow. That right there, that is what I want to do.
And she's still doing it, and so can you.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So, well, welcome. Glad to have you. Kiara Mullins, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
And I have a surprise for you. You may not have heard, but this next writer is named Kiara Barnall, and she's from Houston. Welcome, Kiara.
Hi.
Hi. How'd music come into your life, dear?
I like to call it my Legally Blonde moment. I was watching a production. I don't remember what it was. That was a very long time ago now at this point. And it hit me. I thought, I want to do this for a living. And then I learned how to play guitar. And then the next week I wrote a song. And then I just never stopped doing it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, we're glad you're here to share them with us tonight. Kiara Mullins, ladies and gentlemen. So, Grace, why don't you kick us off, and we'll have a good time this evening. Glad you all are here. We thank you and we welcome you.
Woo, let's get it started. So I'm Grace Korak. This first song I wrote in 2020 with Blake Neesmith and Christian Hale, and I'm a Christian artist, and the song is really just about how I just want my eyes to be fixed on the Lord, and I want to see Him and Him alone and not to be distracted by anything else that comes. And so this is called Fixed on You. Can y'all hear the guitar? There it goes. It doesn't matter if anyone ever knows my name. I don't want to gain the world just to lose my faith. What I want is to shine your light everywhere I go. But I need your Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Got my eyes are fixed on you. Nothing else will get me through. A mighty fortress, yeah, you're my refuge. Got my eyes are fixed on you. There's a weight on my shoulder and a bone in my side. I know I'm not alone in this fight. You are the mystery that I can't explain. But I need you, God, like the earth needs rain. God, my eyes are fixed on you. Nothing else will get me through. A mighty fortress, yeah, you're my refuge. God, my eyes are fixed on you. High on the mountain or in the flames, let every voice, every tongue proclaim. God, my eyes are fixed on you. Nothing else will get me through. A mighty fortress, yeah, you're my refuge. God, my eyes are fixed on you. Nothing else will get me through. A mighty fortress, yeah, you're my refuge. God, my eyes are fixed on you.
That was great. I'm glad to be here. All right, so this first song I have for you, just a little flashback. 2020 was a sophomore in high school, and like things were going so well. I, just was living, having a good time, and then the thing that we do not like to talk about happened, and I just remember sitting in my room being like, wow, I just want to go back to being a teenager. And so this song was made from that longing. And a little fun fact, it was made when my mom brought groceries and we were having to clean them, but I just had this idea, and so I was going back and forth between the kitchen, helping her, and going to my room. I was like, oh, this is another idea. So, yeah, this song is called Teenagers. We can drive into
into the sunset and forget about the world for a minute. I'd risk my whole life if it means I can be by your side. Days are slow and weeks are fast, but I just want our past. Don't you think that I'll miss the times when we could be just two carefree, stupid teenagers in love, oh, in love. A dream come true, and it's you. I'm in love, oh, I'm in love with you. Who you, who you, who. We can dream of what we could do while we send each other I miss you. I wish on the 11/11 to return me back to my heaven. Promise to be strong and I'll go along. Who knew we'd be this far gone? Oh, I know that we miss the times when we could be just two carefree, stupid teenagers in love, oh, in love. A dream come true, and it's you. I'm in love, oh, I'm in love with you. Who you, who you, who. Every word I write, a tear falls from my eye. I love what I have, so when can we go back? Just two carefree, stupid teenagers in love, oh, in love. A dream come true, and it's you. I'm in love with you.
So this is probably going to be the rowdiest song you hear all night. This song is out on iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. So what had happened was, I was going through a breakup, and my friend came into town. We went skydiving, we went dancing, we went drinking, and we had ourselves a good time. It's 5 o'clock and my head's underwater, but I'm breathing the air in a whiskey bottle. I could be wrong, but I could be right, and thinking drinking brings a little foresight. On the rocks, just chilling at the bottom, I can always go up once I'm feeling pretty awful. My drink is strong and my spirit's light. Taste the making of a really nice night. All I'm fine, having a good time. No need to chase it, I've got a shot. I might as well take it another round, another high, something to get me by. It could be the beer, bourbon, tequila, or wine, but I'm having a good time. Shadow would smoke of someone I once knew, creep around the corner with a chatty group. I could stay or I could leave, but honey, this buzz ain't breaking up with me. A tiny token of a promise broken, pouring in liquor cause my mouth's already open. We could talk or I could drink, I'm pretty sure that I'm doing the right thing. Y'all, I'm fine, having a good time, no need to chase it, I've got a shot. I might as well take out another round, another high, something to get me by. Having a good time, no need to chase it, I've got a shot. I might as well take out another round, another high, something to get me by. It could be the beer, bourbon, tequila, or wine, but I am having a good time. Having a good time, no need to chase it, I've got a shot. I might as well take out another round, another high, something to get me by. Having a good time, no need to chase it, I've got a shot. I might as well take out another round, another high, something to get me by. It could be the beer, bourbon, tequila, or wine, but I am having a good time. Thank you.
Wow. There's so much talent. It's so great. Again, my name is Grace Korak, Gracekorak. This past year, I've been writing 100 songs. I just started the challenge over because I finished it. But then the challenge is to write 100 songs and post a clip of every single one. And so this next song is from this series, and I wrote this with Tyler Moody and Katie Reynolds. And it's just about how there's just been so much that's happened in my life. Like, I feel like grief has just been marked my life, and I just had a lot of questions, and I've just felt unseen and unknown and just confused in life. But ultimately, I choose to believe that the Lord has a greater plan for me. And so this is called Undiscovered. Sit in the tension of all my questions. Do you even know me by name? 'Cause I've been wrestling my thoughts, confessing. Do I really trust what you say? 'Cause you say I'm loved, but I just feel broken. You say I'm called, but I don't feel chosen. I'm on the edge, but I'm not done hoping that in you I'm never gonna be undiscovered, incomplete. I'm not forgotten by my King. I'm not unnoticed, I'm not unseen. In you I'm never ever gonna be undiscovered. Taking lessons in how to let this insecurity fall away. 'Cause I'm done stressing, worrying about nothing. All I need's a little bit of faith. 'Cause you say I'm loved, you don't see me broken. You say I'm called, I'm royally chosen. I'm on the edge, but I'm not done hoping that in you I'm never gonna be undiscovered, incomplete. I'm not forgotten by my King. I'm not unnoticed, I'm not unseen. In you I'm never ever gonna be undiscovered. You've never taken your eyes off of me. When I think I'm alone, you remind me. In you I'm never gonna be undiscovered, incomplete. I'm not forgotten by my King. I'm not unnoticed, I'm not unseen.
In you I'm never ever gonna be undiscovered. I'm not forgotten. I'm not unnoticed. I'm not unseen. In you I'm never ever gonna be undiscovered. Undiscovered.
I am just in awe of all the talent here on this stage tonight. Wow, can we get one more round of applause for just everybody? I'm just, wow. You guys are so good. I won't talk much for this one, but it's just, I hold it really close to my heart. This song that I'm about to play, I wrote about like my first love, but it was just a snapshot. It was just like magnifying into one of those moments. Sure, we had plenty of good moments, but this was just like one that I hold dear to my heart. So the song is called Moonlight. Sneakers on the wet pavement, fingers softly intertwined, savoring every single second. Don't wanna say goodnight. Pull me closer to your t-shirt, put your hand on my cheek, sincere like no other. My balance was hard to keep. We're making memories in the moonlight. Can't stop this feeling just right. Baby, you're the highlight. So keep me in the moonlight. Moonlight. Headlights shine on the driveway, sleepy eyes gaze into mine. 3 simple words left to say before I have to say goodnight. Pull me closer to your t-shirt, put your hand on my cheek, sincere like no other. My balance was hard to keep. We're making memories in the moonlight. Can't stop this feeling just right. Baby, you're the highlight. So keep me in the moonlight. Moonlight. Ooh. Moonlight, caught up in the moment, just right. Always and forever, highlight me and you together. Moonlight, moonlight, we're making memories in the moonlight. Can't stop this feeling just right. Baby, you're the highlight. So keep me in the moonlight. Moonlight. Ooh. Ooh. FM plays a quiet love song as I start to drive away.
Moonlight shines through the window, and all I see is your face. Thank you.
All right. I might get a little choked up doing this song. I know that's kind of funny after going from having a good time. But I wrote this song with a guy named Robert Guerrero. He was a buddy of mine, and he actually passed this time last year. And we wrote this song together, and it's about self-love because that's what we were working on when we wrote this song together. And I've only played it a handful of times because the pandemic, and, you know, I just had a hard time singing the song. But for those of you who don't speak Spanish, there's a line in here that's in the chorus, and it says, amame cuando menos lo merezca porque será cuando más lo necesite. What that means is, essentially, love me when I least deserve it because that's when I'll need it most. And we imagined this saying as if you're speaking to yourself in a mirror. This song is called Don't Deserve You. In the wasted night, I'm holding your embrace. You're the one I turn to, 'cause my spinning world stays in place every time I see you. Tú sacas lo mejor de mí. You're all I need. Sugar, right now I've got sangria and your eyes on me while I think. Mama, cuando menos lo merezca, porque será cuando más lo necesite. You're so perfect to me, mi amor. It's almost as if I don't deserve you, but I do. When the fog fades, I can see you, babe, out of the shower in a towel looking sexy. There's a cracked mark on your reflected heart, but I still see you clear as day. Es lo que el espejo me dice. That's what the mirror's telling me. I talk to myself in such a beautiful way when I say, Mama, cuando menos lo merezca, porque será cuando más lo necesite. You're so perfect to me, mi amor. It's almost as if I don't deserve you, but I do. Oh, I do. Mama, cuando menos lo merezca, porque será cuando más lo necesite. You're so perfect to me, mi amor. It's almost as if I don't deserve you, but I do. Oh, I do. No te merezco, pero te merezco amor. Oh, I. Thank you.
I was not expecting the beautiful Spanish. I love that. It was truly beautiful. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, and it didn't go well. There's a lot of song for you guys. But once again, my name is Grace Korak, Gracekorak. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. Follow along to the 100 songs. This last song is part of the 100 songs. And I wrote this with Jonathan Gamble and Christian Hale last year. And if there's one thing I would love for you guys to take away from these songs is that like God brings purpose to pain, and like he allows bad things to happen, but he's not necessarily doing those bad things, but he's allowing those things, and he can turn them into something beautiful and to turn them into something good. And you know, you don't always feel that sometimes, like you know that in your head, but you don't feel it. And so this song is called Head to My Heart, and it's about when you know something in your head to be true, but you don't always feel it. I grew up reading stories, singing nursery rhymes, telling how Jesus loves me. I've got it all memorized. God, my head knows I'm loved, but my heart's not convinced of it yet. In my mind, I'm your child, but my soul always seems to forget. I am loved as I am. I am safe in your hands. I am known by the maker of the stars. Help me get from my head to my heart, to my heart, to my heart, to my heart. Some days it comes easy, got my head in the clouds. And some days all the heavy brings me spiraling back to the ground. God, my head knows I'm loved, but my heart's not convinced of it yet. In my mind, I'm your child, but my soul always seems to forget. I am loved as I am. I am safe in your hands. I am known by the maker of the stars. Help me get from my head to my heart, to my heart, to my heart, to my heart. I want to more than know it, I want to receive. I'm made beautifully, wonderfully. I want to more than know it, I want to believe. Lord, good are your plans for me. I want to more than know it, I want to believe. I'm made beautifully, wonderfully. I want to more than know it, I want to receive. Oh Lord, good are your plans for me. I am loved as I am. I am safe in your hands. I am known by the maker of the stars. Help me get from my head to my heart, to my heart, to my heart, to my heart. Thank you, guys.
All right, last one. This next song, I couldn't be more proud of just where it's taken me, just because I have so many people telling me I really relate to this song. I wrote it with my friends back at home, Shelby and Luke Johnson. Shout out to Destiny Studio. And this was the second song I had produced with them. And I was just like, I was really feeling down, and I just needed some type of liberation song, because I'm a people pleaser. If you haven't noticed the merch back there, it says, "Hello, my name is People Pleaser," because that is very much me. And so I wrote this little ditty just to really get out there and like stop saying I'm sorry, even though I say it a few times in this song. Here it is. Let me apologize for all the things I did wrong and right. Show you my fake smile while I spiral into this cycle. And I'll always keep you satisfied. Check my phone once, twice, and I'll always put myself aside. Can you believe me behind these lies? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry this time. Oh, you can't walk all over me. Oh, you won't bring me to my knees. Oh, standing up for what I need. And you never know what it's like to be a people pleaser. People pleaser. People pleaser. People pleaser. Oh, tell me who to be. I'm your one and only anything. Give you my self-esteem while I'm running on empty. What if I cannot keep you satisfied? Leave you on red once, twice, and I'll focus on my own pride. Too bad I always took your side. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry this time. Oh, you can't walk all over me. Oh, you won't bring me to my knees. Never know what it's like to be a people pleaser. People pleaser. People pleaser. People pleaser. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry this time. Oh, you can't walk all over me. Oh, you won't bring me to my knees. Oh, standing up for what I need. And you never know what it's like to be a people pleaser. Thank you. I'm Kiara Mullins, by the way.
So my name is Sierra Bernal. This is my last song. These wonderful women up here, I'm so happy to have gotten to share the stage with them. And
You're amazing.
And I'm so happy that y'all came and we get to sing to people. So I was madly in love with a man, and I tried so hard to treat him the way that I believed he deserved to be treated. But I learned that no matter how much you love someone, no matter how many times they say they love you back, and no matter how solidified your plans together feel, they can still leave. They can still decide that's not what they want. And you have to take the time and the energy and the love that you put into them, and you have to put it somewhere else. However, I also learned that when you lose something, you gain something back. And in my case, I gained a love for myself that I never really had. And I wrote a song about that, and it's called You Wouldn't Be With Me. After a drunken night, your mind was made, but your tongue was tied. Although the air was cold, your face was flushed from the words you spoke. And we kept warm, playing with fire in the nights of a winter storm. Could have sworn that you loved me then, bet you love me now. But I don't need you to hold me for me to feel warm. Though I didn't see a warning that you leave me torn. I finally lost that feeling, a loss that I held on to. It's not my fault that you weren't strong enough for you to stay true. I could bet my future on my memories, but you wouldn't be with me. I could hear the cries of my inner child, terrified, as you dropped my heart to hold my hand for the last time. And I could feel the heat of the winds of change blowing over me. We made a bed, you messed it up and left me alone. But I don't need you to hold me for me to feel warm. Though I didn't see a warning that you leave me torn. I finally lost that feeling, a loss that I held on to. It's not my fault that you weren't strong enough for you to stay true. I could bet my future on my memories, but you wouldn't be with me. I gave you all of me, then wanted it back. Felt like a little leaf on your dirt road path. I breathed in ash just to clear the air from when you were there. But I don't need you to hold me for me to feel warm. Though I didn't see a warning that you leave me torn. I finally lost that feeling, a loss that I held on to. It's not my fault that you weren't strong enough for you to stay true. I could bet my future on my memories, but you wouldn't be with me. After a drunken night, your mind was made, but your tongue was tied. Thank you.
Grace Korak, Kiara Mullins, and Sierra Bernal. Thank you, ladies, for a great set. We should thank the state of Texas for loaning you to us. We appreciate that. Friends, as you know, we're going to take a real quick break here. It's quick, just to do a little set change. And then we'll be back with American Idol finalist, one of the top 3, Leah Marlene. Have a good break.
check, check. Sell me a dream and I'll keep on believing. Make it all seem like little more guitar. It's all okay, 'cause right now I'm crumbling. Great. La-di-da-dee, la-di-da-dee-da, la-da-dee-da, la-di-da-dee, la-di-da-dee-da, la-da-dee-da. Yeah, great. Yeah. Take my mind and take my pain. Heal, heal, heal. Take my mind and take my pain. Like an empty bottle takes the rain. Heal, heal, heal. Okay, and then that, yeah, that's great. I'm gonna have songs where I'm a lot more like strummy, so I'll do a little bit of that. Great. Let me make sure. Oh, you know I got a list of things I want. I'll just sit right here while you work your magic. So I'll have a little less guitar in my monitor when I'm doing the beat. Work your magic, 'cause what I want, oh, I know. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. No, you haven't. Great. I think most of it is this. I think two songs will be that one, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm great.
Did you see the tweak? I changed this to.
Yes.
You saw that?
Yep, I saw. I saw the updated email. So, yeah. Beautiful. I know. Huzzah. What, were you gonna handshake me?
Whatever's available, I'll take it.
That's great. No, this is fun. I feel like I haven't played in a while because I'm used to playing so much, so it's nice to get out and play.
You told me about that when we met.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you had this like fallow time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's been really, really nice.
Come to an end.
Well, I actually might have something like February 25th now, but if not, then March, like the beginning of March. So, yeah. So either a week earlier or the full 6 weeks. But it's really nice, and then I won't be doing anything for a little bit, but I'll be gearing up for a tour. So, yeah.
Well, I sent your stuff to Pete's. Haven't heard anything back. He acknowledged that he got it. He sent it Tuesday or Wednesday. So,
Great. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
it's too bad that it's that way, but it kind of is.
Oh, it is, but you know, the right things connect when it's meant to. Exactly.
Well, your mom and dad are here.
I know.
I look forward to meeting them. It won't be long, huh?
No, I know.
First week?
Yeah, the beginning of March, and my
And then I'll be out of town for that show at the beginning of March, and my dad will be coming with, my mom will be here. And then we'll all be in town really for the rest of March. Yeah.
Is your brother coming too?
No.
No, okay.
We should get him down to visit, but he has a full-time job, so.
Besides photography?
No, he does photography for the university.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, definitely, he likes to travel, so definitely limits that. But he has enough days off to do a few things here and there, but he's not a big Nashville guy, so.
When were you at Belmont? When did we meet? 2 years ago?
We met the
I was
2020,
last season.
fall 2020 semester.
Fall 21. And then you were on Idol last season.
Yeah, like it just ended in May. So, you met me exactly I was in your class exactly a year before that whole process started. Yeah, yeah. So that was the semester that half of the kids were doing it from home, and I was, and then yeah. I know.
And I think it's a testament to your presence. You're such a big personality that I'm positive you were in the classroom. That I saw
That's
you.
so
These
funny.
visions I have, isn't that crazy?
They keep you up at night?
Just with joy, I leap around the room.
Good. That's what you should do.
All right, were you ready for us to start?
Yes. I am ready, Freddie.
All right. Hello. All right, everybody. On check. There we go. How you doing? Did you have a good break? Good. Glad to be back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we've got a real treat for you. This lovely lady on your left, and I met. Gosh, it seems like it was only 2020 or so, because it was.
Because it was.
We met at Belmont. She was in my class. And here's the wild thing. If you recall, 2020, the COVID plague was kicking in. And so at that semester, half of my students were in the classroom, half were online. When Leah and I were talking last month, I was telling her about how I had these memories of her being there at Belmont in the classroom and blah, blah. She said, Dan, I was never there. I was online. And I think that could be me being 70 years old. Nah. I think it's that her presence, she's such a big personality. Her presence is so strong that my memory has placed her in the classroom. And by God, she was there.
I'm haunting your dreams, Dan.
That's right. That's right. So, man, we met there. She decided to postpone the rest of her schooling because things were starting to heat up a little bit. And then lo and behold, she ends up on American Idol. And that was big. And it was so refreshing because even though she's from Normal, Illinois, there's nothing normal about Leah Marlene. And I mean that in a good way. She just captured the whole country, and the judges were just slack-jawed when she would do stuff. It was just marvelous. And then she went out to LA and moved here. And so tonight, Leah is going to kind of take us through that journey, what it was like to be from the Midwest and get involved in a television show like that, and her thought process and her songs. And it should be I know it's going to be wonderful. Please welcome Leah Marlene.
Thank you for the lovely introduction. Everybody give it up for this man right here and his brilliant hosting skills.
At least I got your name right. You
Yes.
get her name right.
He got my name right.
Yeah, no,
it's amazing.
That was good. So the first, take us to the first moment of your audition. What went into that, what your thought process was like, and then play us a song that came out of that thought process.
Okay, so there are several rounds of auditions for Idol, but I actually did the same songs from the very beginning. So I started out on Zoom in July of, I don't know what time is now, but I think it was last year. And then, no, 2 years ago now, because we're in the new year. And then I didn't audition for the judges until November of that year. So just like before I even got into the room with the judges, there were a lot of rounds, but I did the same songs for all of them. And basically, I had like 3 songs prepped for the audition, and I'm a singer-songwriter. Like, the writing is really important to me, and I really wanted to showcase that part of myself and my originality. But it's also a mainstream singing show, and you can't just like do original music the whole time. And if you lead with an original song, the judges are listening to the song like just as much, if not more, than like your voice, and it's a lot harder for them to like take it in. So I was advised to do a cover and then an original, and that's exactly what I did, and it worked out really well. The cover I did was actually a cover of a One Direction song, "Steal My Girl," but I like completely flipped it on its head. So I kind of came like strong out of the bat, like as like I'm a quirky little individual, and this is my artistry. Like, I did not write this song, but the way I'm playing it sounds like how I would have written it. And then after that, they wanted to hear my original music, so then I played one of the songs off of my last album for them. So I will play you the original song that I played for them second. It's called "Wish Her to the Well." I wrote this at some point in my college times over Zoom. And here it is. Oh, you know I got a list of things I want. Baby, don't we all? Who cares? So what? I'm not different, I'm not missing something. We got it down to a system, honey. This is how it goes. I'm bringing my problems to unload, but we can fix them if you just listen to me. Are you listening? I'll just sit right here while you work your magic. 'Cause what I want, oh, I know you haven't. Don't waste my time, just read my mind. Don't leave me out there hanging to dry. When I cast my words like a magic spell, said the wisher to the well. So I'm here to play the game and roll the dice. I'm tossing in my coins, just name your price. Here's my 2 cents, better use it wisely. Don't forget that you're working for me. Oh, I'll just sit right here while you work your magic. 'Cause what I want, oh, I know you have it. Don't waste my time, just read my mind. Don't leave me out there hanging to dry. Better work 'cause you're working. Better work 'cause you're working for me. Better work, better work. Better work 'cause you're working for me. Better work 'cause you're working now. Better work 'cause you're working for me. Is it working for me? I'll just sit right here while you work your magic. 'Cause what I want, oh, I know you have it. Don't waste my time, just read my mind. Don't leave me out there hanging to dry. When I cast my words like a magic spell. When I cast my words like a magic spell, said the wisher to the well.
The wisher to the well. Love that.
Thank you.
I love that. So you make it into the first round, and during that time, how many rounds were there before the finals? It's like 4 or 5.
Oh, more than that. So
Yeah.
there's Hollywood Week, which is 3 rounds.
That's right.
That goes from like 150 people that go golden tickets down to the 24 that will be voted on. Okay. And then voting rounds, there's probably like Anywhere from like 5 to 9, honestly, it's a blur. Probably like 7 would be my guess. Right in the middle there.
In the middle there.
So
yeah.
that's like live. There's like 5 or 6 of those are live TV performances.
And so, what's your thought process there? Do you use the same criteria for each round, or did you strategically do something earlier that you wouldn't do later, or
Yeah.
how do you decide which songs you're going to do for each round, man?
Well, it's always evolving. So Hollywood Week is like the most intense week of it. There's so many people. So your goal is to just like stand out amongst hundreds of really, really talented people. So I very much like, I wore my quirky clothes and I really focused on like flipping songs on their head a lot that week, and just tried to take familiar songs that everybody knows, and just make them sound like I wrote them. And so that was kind of the strategy going through Hollywood Week, was just to stand out. And then once you get into the live shows, it's like, okay, you've done 4 rounds already. You've shown 4 rounds of what you can do. Like, what haven't I shown yet? And a lot of what I had done up to that point was like the fun, like, or like rockin', or I don't know, just like a lot more like high energy, upbeat stuff. And a big part of what I do is like the slower, like really like bearing my soul kind of songs. I will never be pinned down to like one little hole of what I do, one little box. Like, I love to do it all, and I had really only shown one thing. So for the rest of the competition, it was really like, okay, how do every round I show like a new color of myself without like forcing it, but also I viewed the rounds as a set list. So if I were to go the whole show, like, I'm not going to do 5 really like low sad songs in a row. Like, I want to kind of pace it, and you pick songs several weeks ahead of the round that you're currently doing, so you're always kind of thinking ahead. So it was really just trying to show as much of what I can do and vary as much of what I'm doing from round to round to keep it interesting.
So did any of your choices ever get rejected by the producer?
Not rejected because like, I don't think there's anything that I really wanted to do that they didn't want me to do. There was a lot of like licensing issues with certain things that I wanted to do, but there were a few rounds where like there were 2 songs up in the air, and then they were pulling for a different one, and then I was pulling for a different one, and then I was like, oh, wait, actually, you know what? You're so right. And then they were like, no, you were right. And then like that happened one round, and there's a lot that like goes up in the air with it. But honestly, I'm like pretty happy with every song I got to do on that show. I was never pushed to do anything that didn't feel comfortable to me. There's maybe one song that I could really think of that I don't like. I chose it, but it was just the round itself was weird, and I just didn't really feel like that was me. But the rest of it really felt good. So.
And you made it through in spite. Right?
I did. Yep.
Yeah, you did. Play us something from that period of the show, all right?
Alrighty. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play you. This was. There are a few moments in the show where you can feel things shift a little bit. This was definitely a shifting moment for me. This was the first like more emotional song that I did on the show. I had, like I said, up to that point, really done high energy stuff. And this was a song that really touched me over the years. And it was just like, it was one of those moments where like time stood still. I'd gone through a lot before going on the show, and my life had really turned around a lot in that year. And it was just like the culmination of everything I'd gone through had led me to that moment. And it just was like, it was so healing. And to hear like Katy Perry after I sang this, she was like, I felt every ounce of pain you've gone through, like in that song and in that moment, and like that really touched me. And there was just a lot to this moment on the show that meant a lot to me outside of it being on national television, whatever. And it ended up touching a lot of other people too. This is kind of one of the performances that people remember. So this is a song by Tom Odell. It's called Heal, but it feels like a song that I wrote.
like the ocean takes the dirty sand and heal, heal. Tell me Tell me some things take my mind and take my pain.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember Katy Perry flipping out. And all the judges did. They seemed to be very effusive with praise for you, more so than with a lot of singers that are on the show. You really moved them.
That definitely was a moment where I felt like we all felt that. It wasn't just me feeling that, like we all felt that. And that's literally what music is and what music is for. Like that's all I want to do. So that was just like such a beautiful moment for me, knowing that I literally accomplished the only goal that I could care to accomplish is like really taking them on that journey. And they were right, they were locked in, and I felt like everybody else was. And yeah, it was a beautiful moment in my life for sure.
It was beautiful for everybody. Thank you for delivering it, man. Hey, and you mentioned breaking out different things during different times, different rounds. I also remember when you strapped on an electric guitar and rocked into something, played some great riffs, and you just looked like a pro on that guitar. Why? How did you get to that point with the guitar?
Oh, I see where you're going. Well, my dad is an 80s rocker, so he plays electric guitar in a Canadian 80s rock band, and I grew up around it. I've had like at least 20 electric guitars on the wall in my basement for my entire life, so it was kind of like destined to be. But I really didn't like. I only really learned chords on guitar for the longest time, just to like play the pop songs that I wanted to play and the radio country songs. But as I grew older, like especially getting into college, I was like, I want to like actually be able to like use this instrument for more than that. And so I'm a little late to the game, but I really have enjoyed learning my craft a little bit better and playing some riffs and all this stuff. And I wanted to showcase that on the show. That was a big step outside of my comfort zone because I had never played electric guitar live ever, yet alone on national television. So yeah, like doing riffs and stuff, I'd always been too nervous. And I was like, it was the last round of Hollywood Week, and it was like, there's still like 60 of us, and it's gonna be 24 after this. Like, I'm just gonna throw it all at the wall and see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you, that's news to me because you looked so comfortable doing it and confident doing it. I thought, yep, she and her dad have been jamming on a lot of electric guitar stuff for a long, long time.
No.
His band was
Honeymoon Suite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? If you're into Canadian rock from the 80s, like as one is usually around here, then you know that band. Great singer, too, and great writer.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Good. Well, Leah, one of the many delightful things on that show was when you made the round where you could do a hometown show.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Even though you were born in Toronto, you feel like your hometown is Normal, Illinois. Why is that? And tell us about what you felt going into that show.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, my hometown is definitely Normal, Illinois. I've lived there since I was 3, so I really grew up there, and I love that community. Like, they have supported me since I was like 7 or 8 years old. They started paying me to play at the farmers market, and they give me so many opportunities. Like, if it weren't for that town and that community, I wouldn't have had any of the opportunities that I had like early on to start learning how this stuff works and how to perform and also like get through the voices in your head when you're playing for 3 hours and you're just learning things and whatever. It was just really instrumental. And yeah, so that's definitely my hometown. And then the hometown concert happens the last week of the show. I never ever dreamed in my life that I would be one of those people that got to do the hometown visit on American Idol. Growing up, you watch like the top 3 every season go and visit their hometowns, and it's like this big thing, and it makes you cry and it gives you chills like whenever you watch it. It's just so surreal for the people that get to do it. And all of a sudden, here I am as one of the people that get to do it, and it still feels out of body to like even remember back on it. It was the craziest day of my entire life, and I won't even go into the full day because it was insane, and I could talk about it for hours. But at the end of that crazy day, there was a concert in my uptown Normal, and that's what they call it in Normal. It's uptown, not downtown. Like it was like 15,000 people showed up overnight. Like I just got through like the night before or whatever, private jet there, like have like security guards, like the full star treatment, and then all of a sudden all these people are in my downtown, and it was a sea. I couldn't see the end of it. There's a parade, and then I get to play for my town, and I had been in this bubble of Idol for months. You're in a room like this size or smaller is the actual studio stage that you film on for the live shows, and you're just like with like all your best friends are right over there, the contestants, and then the judges are just literally there cheering you on. They're like going like this before you start, when the cameras aren't on them, and then it's just like a bunch of fans, and that's what you're used to. You're just like in this room, and for all you know, you could be live or you could just be like in a room with these people, and so that was really the first moment I got to see the impact of the national TV exposure, and it was just so beautiful to see how the community had come together. They supported me like no other community I've ever seen on that show come together, and it was amazing.
I remember, was there a music teacher, somebody from your high school?
Yeah, my music teacher.
That was really sweet.
Yeah, she's like my second mom, and I had her since like 7th grade all the way through graduating, and she really like took me under her wing for all of that time, and I took lessons from her in the summers, and she's just a really dear person to me in my development and all that, and so it was just really so amazing that she got to be honored like in that way. And that
I like that you look at it that way.
Yeah, like she deserves that, and so that was really special. That was special for a lot of things that got to be on TV, like a lot of parts of my life that like deserve to be seen and celebrated, got that chance on that hometown visit, on that edit, which was really cool.
That's very cool. Play us something from the concert that would meant a lot to you.
I will play. Here we go. Switching guitars. Oh yeah.
Story about that guitar, isn't there?
Yes, I actually have to tune this, tune open tuning real quick.
Say about, we've talked about her dad. Her mom is fantastic too. Her mother, they're best friends. They hang out, and really, you hear that a lot from people, but they love hanging out together. Her brother is a photographer there in Normal, Illinois. And I noticed what a great job her mom did during this time when she was on national TV and everybody's talking Leah, Leah, Leah. And so she would post about Leah, then the next post would be about, what's your brother's name?
Shay.
Yeah. She would post about her brother's photography, post some pictures that he had taken, wedding portraits or whatever, then go back to Leah, then go to her brother, just to make sure both kids are taken care of, you know? Well, that shows a lot of skill and love as a parent. Really
No,
good.
she's the best. I think she's watching this live stream. So shout out Mom and Grandma.
Oh, hey. Can't wait to meet you.
And my brother is amazing. Like, he's been so supportive since I started doing this, and it's so great because we kind of get to keep the business in the family because he takes all my photos. So it's really nice. And also, just shout out to my parents for allowing their kids to like follow their passions that are like creative passions and not like a 9-to-5 job. All right.
Maybe he'll be involved in some artwork for your records or
Yes,
something.
he already has been.
Oh, good.
Okay.
And that guitar sounds great.
I know. Oh, just my capo. Yeah, it's all over. Okay. Well, first of all, the story of this guitar, this is actually my first time playing it. I'm getting a little bit of feedback here in the monitors. But this guitar, I just received it recently from a family whose their mother passed away. Wife, the mother figure in the family passed away, and it was her dying wish to give me her instruments, which is so crazy and so humbling and touching. So really, I'm like carrying on her legacy when I play this guitar, and it's a beautiful guitar. And also, my dad's thrilled because I've been using his Gibson for like a good year or two, so now he gets that back. But it's absolutely beautiful. I just got to pick up in it, so this is literally my first time playing it, plugged into a sound source. So anyway, the song, this was the original song that I got to release through Idol, and it's a song that I wrote in the process of doing Idol before anything had aired. It was right after Hollywood Week. There was still like 2 months before anybody would even know that I auditioned, but I already knew that I was going to be in the live shows. So it's a really weird time because you're like, I know my life is about to change in so many ways, but nobody else does, and I have no idea what to expect from it.
You sign a document to keep stuff quiet, right?
Yeah.
Do not disclose, and it's pretty hardcore and firm, isn't it, with the show?
Yeah, I mean, it is. But in some ways, I was surprised by it's not as firm as you would think. Like, some people announce that they audition, like, immediately, like, the day they audition, like, 6 months before the commercials even start for the show. So there is some bend to certain things, but obviously, like, you can't give, like, spoilers away. But stuff happens. They can't control everything, but they definitely do keep a pretty tight grip. And I didn't want anybody to know because I didn't know how far I was for a long time, and then I did, but I wanted it to be like, you know, special leading up to the premiere, not like everybody's waiting for 2 months for this premiere in anticipation. So anyway, so this song, like I mentioned earlier, when I was in college at Belmont, and just here fresh out of high school, those 2 years were really, really, really hard for me mental health-wise, and very much like rock bottom times. And then all of a sudden I dropped out because I just needed to heal, and it was not happening in that environment. And I went home, and I just kind of reevaluated my life and tried to figure out, you know, how can I be a like healthy, functioning human in the smallest ways. And then, you know, American Idol I auditioned for American Idol like within like a month or two of that, and that just randomly came across my plate. Never something I ever thought I would do, but I had this weird gut feeling, and I was like, I don't know why. I feel like I should say yes, but I'm just gonna do it for funsies. And then at this point, I knew I was gonna be aired when I was writing the song, and I was like, wow, like this is gonna change my life. And literally a year ago, I was still really, really struggling, and now I'm like being my fullest, truest self, happier than I've ever been, not because of the show, but just because of like my insides were really healthy. Quote me on that. Get some merch with that. Or your insides were really healthy. Yeah, it's my new merch line coming out next month, so stay tuned for that. LeahMarlene.com. Anyway, yeah. So this was just me writing a letter to my past self to just not give up, and me just kind of being mind blown of how much my life had changed in just a year's time.
Where there's a way out, there's another way in. You can't close that door with a Band-Aid fix. It'll run you around and back again. It'll grow you old and make you like a kid. It's a finger trap, keep you where you're at. You've gotta lean in to get out. 'Cause even the pavement gives way to the flowers. When you're 6 feet under, it's hard to hear the fracture. The new life is growing in the layers you shed. Even the pavement gives way to the flowers. Can you feel the breeze as it strokes your skin? Do you see yourself floating with the wind? But there's a power inside far stronger than this. It's just been a long time since it's felt like it. It's a finger trap, keep you where you're at. You've gotta lean in to get out. 'Cause even the pavement gives way to the flowers. When you're 6 feet under, it's hard to hear the fracture. The new life is growing in the layers you share. Even the pavement gives way. Even the pavement gives way. Ooh. Even the pavement gives way to the flowers.
I know, it's beautiful.
Even the pavement gives way to the flowers. We have that. We have get your insides healthy. Is that what you said?
My insides are healthy.
Yeah, or
Some
something,
mine,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's saying good. Well, that's a killer line. Killer line. So you make it to the finals.
Yeah.
Wow. What was your thought at that point in terms of song selection, songs you were going to play, and was there something you hadn't shown them yet that you wanted to?
So by the time I got to the finals, I really didn't have a choice in what I wanted to do. I had prepped that like 3 weeks before, but with the finals, it was going to be a Bruce Springsteen round, and then it was going to be your original song, this one that I just played, that you released during the season, and then if you made it to the top 2, it was going to be your favorite performance of the season, which I was going to do Heal again. But yeah, so I had a list of like 10 Bruce Springsteen songs to choose from, and then this. And the Bruce Springsteen round was really hard because like he's so incredible, but for a singing like TV show, his songs there's a certain arc that songs have to follow. For like a 90-minute segment, they've got to like really build and rise and fall. And Springsteen songs tend to be like pretty linear, which is not a bad thing, but it's just like not the best fit for live TV. So it was really hard to find a song that I could like build up to have more of an arc. But yeah, so that was, I just sang that song and then Cover Me by Bruce Springsteen in the finale.
Did you hear from Bruce?
No, that was actually one of my worst performances of the season. Oh my gosh, the finale was really, it was just like 8 months of your life was going to be over in one night. And then you flew home the next day, and you would never see these people again. And that's what was happening in my mind. I was like, oh my God, this is all over. Like right before I go on stage, I'm like, this is the last time I'm gonna do this. And it had been when you're in that environment, it feels like you've been in it for a few years, like not just a few months. Like it really feels like it's been your life. So much has changed, and like time feels like it's happened a lot more than it has. So I was really emotional going into that, and I don't get that emotional often. So when I do, it hits me like a truck. And also that week, the 2 weeks before were so intense. We were traveling a lot and then learning, I had 7 songs in the finale or whatever, and you literally have I did my hometown visit the week before, so I was gone for several days because of that, and then you come back, and then there's just a lot that's happening. And so a lot of intensity. You go into the finale, and I'm just an emotional mess because it's all over, and I love the people, and also I'm really tired in the best way. And so I'm already crying before right before I walk on stage for the finale when they're announcing us, and then I'm the first one to go, so I literally walk down the center. The other 2 contestants, my friends, walk off to the side where they sit, and then I get the guitar right on me, and you have 20 seconds to go. Anyway, my mic wasn't working, so they show a quick little video package, and then you're just you get your guitar on, you make sure you can hear yourself in your in-ears and your guitar, and then you give a quick nod to the music director, and then you take a deep breath, and then you get ready to go for when you see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the camera and hear it in your ears, and then you're going. But the whole time, up until the last 2 seconds, I couldn't hear myself in my mic at all. So I was like, shoot, this could be a problem. And so I don't I didn't get super freaked out because at that point I had done this a million times, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But it definitely, it's really important for me to take a deep breath and ground myself before I sing, and I didn't get to do that because it was literally the last second my mic came on, and then it was 1, 2, 3, 4. That performance went by in slow motion. I just remember being this really sucks right now. I am absolutely farting on this song. And I looked at Katy Perry, and we both knew that this was not my best performance. Then my thumb ring was falling off. I had to fling it off in the middle because it was getting in the way. And nothing was going my way. And I was already a sloppy mess because I was already so emotional. And then all this was happening. And then I got off the stage, and I cried. I cried the whole finale, not because of that, just because it was all ending, and it was the best time of my life. But
so this was after you knew how far you were going, and you were done.
No. Well, it was just the winner was going to be announced that night.
Okay, so you were in top 3.
Yeah.
And they were going to announce the winner. And
so we had 2 performances before.
Okay.
And then, spoiler alert, I play Flowers, and I bawl through it as the next song. So it's just, it was sad because the finale is when probably the most people tune in, and it was 2 of my worst performances of the season. But it's I'm just I'm so proud of myself for the whole journey on that show, and all from the beginning I was I'm just gonna show up and literally be a human being and try my best, and I'm not gonna give the best performance of my life every time. I'm just gonna do what I can, and I did what I could. I gave everything I absolutely could, and so I don't look back on it regretting, but it's definitely it wasn't the best performance I could have hoped it to be, but it was totally
still magic.
What I could do.
Yeah, it was you, and it was still magic, so I get it.
Yeah.
Well, so after that, processing all that you've described so well, are there any songs that came out of that?
A lot of songs. Yeah,
you wanna play one?
Coming off of Idol was very intense. Like I said, you're in this bubble and your whole life changes, and then it's whoa, okay. Where do I go from here? Because there isn't a bridge. I think there's a popular misconception that
everything just kind of unfolds for you. Like after you get off of a competition show, like everybody's gonna like swoop you up because they saw you on TV. That's definitely not how it works. And I was very aware of that going into it. I never had that expectation. But it's still very overwhelming to be alone and in that and figure out, okay, I literally was shot up to the stratosphere in every way. I have all eyes on me right now and so much attention, and like what do I do with this? Like, should I go on tour? Should I release a bunch of singles? Should I just like take a deep breath and like write some music, whatever? So it was very intense trying to figure it all out. I ended up just coming to Nashville within the first week I was back home. I didn't know where I was going to move because I was still living at home at this point after dropping out of college. So I was like, I'm just going to sleep at my friends' places for like a month because I know I have a lot to write right now. I'm going through a lot of emotions, and I'm just going to write it out because that's the best thing I know how to do coming fresh off this show. So, yeah. So this song, there's so many songs from this time, but I'm going to play you this song. It's called All Right, and it was very much my lullaby coming off of the show. It definitely was difficult, but it was always like a really promising kind of difficult. I was very glad to be going through the emotional processing that I was, but I really leaned on this song heavily. I'm gonna have to tune my guitar back real quick, so you want to tell some jokes?
Take your time.
Come on, Dan.
Yeah, I wish my kids gave me a dad joke book for Christmas. And like, I know these, but I haven't memorized them. But I think it's encouraging for those of you out there that deal with emotional things. How you processed this is very encouraging. Because when you talk about being at your lowest, that's when I knew you, and I thought you were just this wonder child of the universe, you know. You seemed to me to be in great shape, full of creativity. So I'm encouraged by how you handled it instead of just burying everything and trying to ignore it.
I was so determined never ever to go back to that point again, and I learned so much from it that I knew how to, like, it was a lot of very deep emotion, but I knew what to do with it this time, and that was the difference. And
that's a great thing to learn.
And you know, like every single person that's ever gone anywhere in the industry talks about how many closed doors, how many no's that they get, or like people that misunderstand them or whatever, countless before they get, you know, where they're going. And I was just like, this is just this is just a part of that journey for me. Like, it means that I'm closer to getting where I want to go, but I'm also going to enjoy the journey to getting there and the processing of it all.
And it was your path or your railroad train. It was not your destination. It was the journey.
Launch pad.
Launch pad. Yeah.
And it's definitely changed my life in so many ways that I'm so grateful for. So I think I'm about good here. But that month that I came back to Nashville, and in general after the show, I think one of the most beautiful things about the show was being embraced for exactly who I was, and having so many people come around that and build such a strong community of people that appreciated my music and what I stand for and all of that. Because I think since the beginning of coming to Nashville, I've been coming here since I was 13 or 14. I would make trips about every other month in high school, and I've 99% of people that I ever talk with, like, it ends up being a very boxy conversation of like, I don't know where you fit, like, and like people, I tend to be very misunderstood because I don't like fit in an easy to digest box musically or as a human or anything. And coming off the show is no different. And, you know, that's just the journey. Everybody goes through it. And especially when you really are outside the box. And so I was really going through that, and I was meeting with everybody that I had ever known in Nashville, and everybody that they connected me with, and I just felt like I was going around in circles, and I didn't feel like I was making the most out of this opportunity because I wasn't like getting results right away and whatever. And I was just like, you know what, come down. Like, what does it mean to even be alive? Like, this stuff doesn't matter. I've got my whole life. I just need to be okay. I just need to love the people around me. I just need to, like, find joy in my day-to-day and not be so, like, nose to the grindstone, like, I'm going to make this happen. That's important, but it's not everything. So this is my lullaby to calm myself down.
Tell me a dream and I'll keep on believing. Make it all seem like there's some kind of reason. Makes it make sense, makes it all okay. 'Cause right now I'm crumbling under the weight. I know that I'll get where I'm longing to go, and it's all gonna be alright. Alright, alright, alright. Am I saving up hope or just wasting my time? 'Cause I'm going broke, but my money's alright. What could I find drawing lines in the sand? An outline of me or who I really am. I know I'm becoming who I'm meant to be, and it's only a matter of time. So I'll be alright, alright, alright. La-di-da-dee, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-da-dee-da. Lately I know I've been thinking too much. Can't tell if it's real or if I'm out of touch. Don't know if all this is overrated, or maybe I'm just overcomplicating what it all means to be somebody when we're all buying into a dream. Or we're all gonna wake up and find things to take up the moments that make up our lives, and we'll all be alright, alright, alright. La-di-da-dee, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-da-dee-da. La-di-da-dee, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-da-dee-da.
I love that idea about writing a lullaby to yourself.
Yeah, it didn't start that way.
Yeah.
But it ended up like, I can't tell you how many times I played that song a day. Like, every time I picked up the guitar, it just really, that was the grounding sentiment that I needed to come back to like 10 times a day for a few months in that time, because there was so much pressure. And it just like, it sounds like a lullaby, but I didn't even like write it as that, but it really became that for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So your plan, if I remember correctly, is to use this year. You had a kind of a fallow month right now, to Life Fallow, and then you're all gearing up to try and do the old launcheroo in 2024, right?
Yeah.
You've got a good legal team around you, looking for the rest of the team, slowly assemble it as they appear.
Yeah.
And big launch in 2024, right?
Yeah, that's the goal. The writing and the music itself is way too important to me for me to rush anything coming off the show. I feel like I like I felt like I had so much to dig into, so many influences and muses that I wanted to explore sonically and lyrically, that I really wanted to give myself the time to make the music that I really wanted to make. And so that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm continuing to do, is just like write, and really dig into what the future of my sound will be, because I've always done a little bit of everything, and I always will, but just continuing to narrow that down into something that is a little bit more pinpointed, and then also, just assembling the right people around it, and just planning and getting just all the foundation I could possibly need to really go for it in a very sustainable way, with a very strong foundation. So this year is just kind of laying the pavement for really going for it, and having a very external year next year. This year is a lot of internal work.
So you're laying the pavement for the flowers to crack through.
Hell yeah! Oh, heck yeah! We're in a church.
You're okay. Be yourself, man.
I've been pretty good.
Yes, you have.
You get me at another venue, you don't know what's coming out of this mouth.
Well, you've done very well, Mom, Dad. Leah's been a
proud of
good
me.
girl. Leah's been a good girl, yeah. Well, you want to play a couple tunes? You got time if you want to do two, or just one, or what do you want to do? I mean, I'm wondering if you want to play us something that if you were to cut a record today, it's something that would be on the record, or do you want to test out something that's brand new just to see how everybody reacts?
Yeah.
Or what do you want to do to close out the night?
I'm not sure.
Just play a favorite that you
Yeah.
know is going to win.
Yeah. Okay. I'm between two certain songs I have yet to learn that I've written that I'm excited about. Certain songs sound really great with the band, but aren't as I'm not as good playing them alone. And okay. Would you rather hear a song called Architect or a song called Scream? Okay, I need a both? Okay,
We've
yeah,
got time.
whatever. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, I'm going to get out of your way, and I'll come back after you're done. You rock and roll, have some fun. I love you. It's great to see you again, and you're just magic, man. Good things are going to happen for you because you work for them. You're a gracious, lovely young lady, and just real proud to know you.
Thanks, Dad. I love ya. Everybody give it up for Dan Keene. One of my favorite people. He's the best. Okay, these are two more rockin' songs. I love to rock out. You've seen a lot more like Tame, Leah, which I love. I love it all. But with the full band, these rock out even more. I'm gonna try a little bit of this song called Architect. I do a way different arrangement with my band when it comes to the bridge. So I might stop after the bridge and leave it there, and then I'll play a song called Scream for you. Okay.
You say it's your game, it's your prerogative. Make me feel small or nothing at all and be the optimist. You gave me a taste of what you had to give. How to savor your kind of danger, I love the thrill of it. I'm gonna burn it down, I'm gonna burn it down. And if you wanna, you gotta beg now. I'll make you so proud, show you I know how. I'm your machine, no, I'm a sedative. How much you long for, how much you run from, how much you can't forget. You laid the brick right on my shoulder, and I could sex of all my torture. I'm gonna burn it down, I'm gonna burn it down. And if you wanna, you gotta beg now. I'll make you so proud, show you I know how.
most low in your weakness. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. And if you wanna, you gotta make now. I'll make you so proud. Show you I know how. I'm not afraid now, 'cause you need my escape route. So say it out loud. Maybe I'll allow it. That was my new made up on the spot arrangement of that one. All right. This one actually has a similar energy. I don't know why I chose these two, but I'm locked into it. Just kidding. This is what I'm going to play. It's called Scream. Oh, wait, guys, give it up for the girls that opened the show. Weren't they amazing? Good job, everybody. Sorry, I forgot to say that. I really wanted to say that. They're wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Anyway, 2, 3, You know you got me thinking about the strangest things. You're stealing my attention. I'm acting differently. Captive to your reflection. Can anyone else see? Is this some grand illusion? Forbidden mystery. I couldn't wait another day. I'm on my way and I could scream. Got me out of my head. I can't breathe. Wondering how this could happen to me. You're too good to be true, and I'm freaking out, wondering how this could be. Touch me with your intention. Can anyone else see? You don't need my permission to do the things you think. Don't leave me wondering. Scream, got me out of my head. I can't breathe. Wondering how this could happen to me. In my breath, I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. Wondering how. Don't make me wait another moment. I am all yours now, and I could scream. I could scream. Happen to me. You're too good to be true, and I'm freaking out, wondering how this could freaking out, making me wanna just scream. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Dan, for inviting me. for being a gracious host. Y'all are lovely. My name is Leah Marlene. Again, please stay tuned on socials for the new merch about my healthy insides. Just kidding, that's super not going to happen unless you make it happen. But anyway, thank you guys.
Leah Marlene, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you are a delight. Thank you so much, Leah. Hey, guys, a little secret. She hadn't been playing out these days much, concentrating on writing, so this was kind of her dipping her toes in the water to see how everything works, and you're the perfect audience for that, so thank you. I want to thank Bill Deaton. As you guys know, this whole thing, 19 Miles of Music Row, is his brainchild, and he makes it all sound good and light good, and with different guitars, makes them all sound great, and her voice sounded so good. It's good anyway, but Bill, you did a great job. Thank you.
Bill added the zest.
Yeah, there you go, the zest. There is a donation box in the back. We appreciate if you can help us keep this thing going like we want to. And next month, come around for in our Inside the Hits section will be led by hit songwriter Anna Voss. Thank you. Don't forget, share the music you love with the people you love. Good night.
Thank you.